Hello all and welcome to the next video here on the Onion Man's Rooftop Two-Headed Cow Caravan of Treasure and sometimes Barter. I almost messed that up, but I didn't. We're still on a roll. This is a series that is now going to be affectionately and so simply titled A Game Show. I tried to come up with so many different clever names. If you see my old toy unboxings, you know, like the Be Kind Retro Rewind and stuff like that. I tried to come up with one for video games and stuff, and I just, like, a lot of them were either stuff that I've seen before, and I didn't want it to seem like I was trying to copy something else. It was like a subconscious thing. I kept thinking of things that I'd seen before. So, affectionately, this is a game show. What kind of show? A game show. And that's about it. I'm going to use this to kind of just look at video games like I did in the previous videos, as well as if I ever decide to really get back into Magic the Gathering like I've been planning for the last year. We could take a look at stuff on that here. Board games. I'm a big board game guy. A lot of people don't know that, so maybe we look at stuff from that here. We'll see how it goes. But for now, it's pretty much going to be predominantly just video games. Retro video games, to be specific. I explained in the last videos that I used to have a pretty sizable video game collection, and then the 360 and the PS3 came out. I was, I believe, in junior high around that time, and dumb me sold so much stuff. I sold probably a good 75% of what I had. PS2, original Xbox, N64, PS1. I had a lot of stuff. I still have a lot of stuff. I mean, this whole thing is just a modern video game shelf with, like, PSP, PC games. There's some Wii games down there on the little skinny shelf on the side. But as you can see, like, I do have a sizable video game thing there, and that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bookshelf there full of games. And I have even more in boxes. I have even more in drawers where my consoles are, and stuff like that. I pretty much collect just about anything. I don't go crazy. Like, you're not going to see me getting Atari Jaguar and, you know, Virtual Boy games and stuff. It's mostly NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, PS1, PS2, and then original Xbox. I'm pretty done collecting Xbox 360 and PS3. I'm pretty done collecting PS4 and Xbox One specifically. I know they're interchangeable with backwards compatibility, but just saying. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at. Like, I'm just trying to piece together a lot of the games I had, and pick up games that I didn't have that look interesting that I might want to play. So that's kind of what the series is, just repiecing a lot of what I got rid of. And you're not going to see me, like, I'm going to complete the original PS2 library. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm just trying to get things that I had and got rid of, or that always interested me but I never got. So that's all this is. In those previous videos, I talked about how I get those. A lot of times it's garage sales. You go around, you find a lot of old games at garage sales. It's pretty fascinating. In those videos, I specifically found stuff from Lubbock, Texas garage sales. So that was pretty fun. In this one, I found a lot of local stuff. Mostly Facebook Marketplace. Actually, it's all Facebook Marketplace. I don't have Facebook. My sister lets me use hers to browse through the marketplace for old stuff. And there was a guy just selling a bunch of different games. He had a lot of Wii games, a lot of mainly Wii, 360, and original Xbox. Kind of a weird combination there. But I was going through the original Xbox games, and he had quite a few I really wanted. A lot of them I had before. There's a couple in here that I did not have before, that I'm eager to try out. So yeah, I guess we can just jump right into it. As far as pricing goes, it was pretty fair. He was originally asking $10 per game, and I did that for about half of them. The other half, I was able to get him down to $5 a game. And I'll kind of go through which ones those were. It was just a few of them. But they were fair prices. I picked up 10 or 11. I don't know. I can't count right now. So we're just going to start off. Right off the bat, the first thing I noticed was, like, in the front of his pictures that he was posting were superhero games, 2 of which I really liked as a kid, and one that I never played, so I wanted to get it. And the first one I'm going to show off is This one. Now, this one I had on the PS2. Got rid of it. And this time now I have it on the original Xbox. And that is Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. I remember liking this game a lot. I know there's people out there who don't, but I think it's a bit of an underrated gem. It's a fighting game of all things. And it's the Marvel superheroes basically fighting these kind of experiments, these imperfects. In a lot of ways, some people might think it's a ripoff of the Inhumans, but they have their own little kind of tragic backstories. And that's kind of what makes this game really interesting. It's like it's a darker kind of game. There's like characters dying and all kinds of stuff. The Imperfects I don't think ever popped up in any comic books unless there was like a comic made for the game. I don't think they're part of the actual Marvel Comics canon. But I had this game on PS2. I remember really liking it, and I figured I'll get it on the original Xbox, then I won't have to find it on the PS2. So there's the back. Complete. That was another thing. All this guy's games are complete, and the discs look fantastic. Like, yeah, I can't complain. This guy took good care of his stuff. The next one, this is a game I did not have, but I've always heard good things about, so I've always wanted to play it, and now I have the chance to. Ultimate Spider-Man, with an EB game sticker. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is like a comic booky looking game. It's like cel shaded and everything. I like most Spider-Man games. I love the PS1 game, the original PS1 game. I love the Spider-Man 2 game specifically on PS2. I think Spider-Man 3, the game, is actually kind of underrated. Yeah, the movie sucks, but the game was kind of fun to play. And then I even like Shattered Dimensions, where you could play as Spider-Man 2099. That was awesome. But I never played Ultimate Spider-Man. So I actually think this is going to be really kind of a fun game to sort of look at as I try to move my camera a little bit. Apologies. I kind of knocked it a bit. But yeah, I think it's going to be a fun game to kind of look into. I've always heard good things about it. One of my buddies, Garrett, he's a massive Spider-Man game fan. And so, yeah. But it's complete. There you go. I find it funny that it's just... I know most of the Spider-Man games up until recently were multi-platform. But it's just funny in hindsight to see like Spider-Man games on the Xbox when you think about how it is now. Last one, in terms of like the superhero genre, I love this game. It's actually one of my favorite superhero games of all time. Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. This is another one I actually had on the PS2, but now I have on the Xbox. So, it is what it is. Yeah, this one's really cool. I like this game. If you haven't played this game, play it. It's basically probably the best Hulk game ever made. I think that's pretty easily proven. Although I do enjoy the Genesis Hulk game, which that's another one I have to track down. I don't have that anymore. But I need to get the Genesis Hulk game again, sadly. But yeah, this is a fantastic game. It's an open world Hulk game, so yeah, if you like the Spider-Man 2 game from that era, you'll probably like this game. Yeah, you're not swinging around, but you are running around destroying all kinds of stuff. Really fun game. I like it a lot. Yeah. Cool. Next games. I got these two together. Mainly just because I noticed he had both and I wanted them, so there we go. We have first Destroy All Humans. Cool. This is the only one that has a little bit of like a damage on it. The bottom of the box was cracked, but it's okay. It doesn't really bother me too much. I have some Xbox case replacement cases I could switch it out with, so not too big of a deal. I like Destroy All Humans. I like it a lot. I have not played the new one, or not the new one, but the remake or whatever. So yeah, I was kind of hoping I could find them in like their original form, and I did. So yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, I like Destroy All Humans. I think it's cool. It's very pulpy. And Destroy All Humans 2. Right off the bat. Apologies. Yeah. So, fun fact. I have an original Xbox, but a lot of times I don't like to pull that giant thing out of the closet. It is a pain in the ass to set up and put somewhere and have room. So a lot of these games I play on the 360 because I still have my 360 set up, Or if they're really backwards compatible and go all the way up to the Series X, I'll play them on the Series X. That being said, I think this is the only one, at least with the 360, that is not backwards compatible. I think out of all the games I got when I was checking them, this is the only one that's not backwards compatible. So if I want to play it, I'm going to have to pull out that old Xbox. So that kind of sucks, but it's okay. Cool. I wish he had Stubbs the Zombie. I would have bought that so quick. Here's a game. This is one of the ones I was able to get for $5 instead of the $10 a game he was asking for. And it is a very underrated game, Black. This is a fantastic game. I actually think as a shooter, like a modern shooter, this is a little ahead of its time. Around this time, you didn't get a lot of good modern shooters. It was mostly your World War II games. You were playing Call of Duty on the PS2 or on the PC, or you were playing like the spin-off games or Medal of Honor or whatever. You didn't get a lot of good modern shooters. I think Black is actually one of the first good modern shooters. I've always really enjoyed this game, so pretty cool. Glad to have it again. The next one. This is the one that, like, when I saw that he was selling it, I kind of got the most excited for. Like, just because I noticed it and was like, that's kind of a pricey game. But we got Scarface, The World Is Yours. One of the best video game adaptations you're going to find for a movie. And that being said, it's not even an adaptation of the actual movie, really. It's a sequel. It's basically a what if Scarface lived at the end of Scarface. Spoiler if you haven't seen Scarface. It's an old-ass movie. I shouldn't even have to say spoilers. You should have already seen it. But yeah, it's like a pseudo-sequel. A what if sequel. And it's a fun game. It's a very Grand Theft Auto-y inspired game, but I like it a lot. It's actually fun. So the fact that he was selling this, and for the price, $10, like, hey, why not? No, Al Pacino does not voice Tony Montana in this game, but he picked the guy who does. So he sounds a lot like him. So, pretty cool. This is another one that he gave me for $5 instead of the full 10 that he was asking. And I don't even know if this game has, like, I'm sure somewhere there's people holding up servers for it. But Counter-Strike. I've played a lot of Counter-Strike on the PC. And I'm not gonna lie, I played a little bit of Counter-Strike up until probably a couple years ago. That's how long I kind of played it. But I don't remember ever really playing it on console. To be honest, I didn't know there was a Counter-Strike on console. But there is. Live online enabled. Yeah. Counter-Strike on console. It's like heavy too, because it's got like a giant manual in it. Oh, and like a poster. What is that? Oh, it's just a giant manual. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I didn't play a lot of Xbox Online. I mean, Halo. I played a lot of Halo 2 online. And on the PS2, I remember playing a lot of SOCOM online. So, yeah. But, I don't know. Interesting to have. This is the last game that, no, it's not. Second to last game, my bad. But this is another one I got for $5. I've never played this one, so it looked interesting. I had to kind of look it up and figure out what it was, and then I kind of got some vague memory of what it was, but I've never played it, and it's Dark Watch. It's some kind of like supernatural western game, like first-person shooter, supernatural western. It sounds awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know if it's a good game or not, but it sounds badass. I like the concept. It's almost like Doom meets the Wild West. At least that's what it looks like. So, yeah, I'm really excited to give this one a try. This might be like the first one I kind of boot in and just try. Yeah, it looks really, as it comes off the spool there, it looks really interesting. And the last two, these kind of go together as well. This was one that I thought was cool just because I never had this in this style before. It's a little dirty, but nothing I don't think I can't like clean up and make look good again. But he had the limited collector's steel case edition of Doom 3. I'm not the biggest fan of Doom 3. I actually think it's probably the worst of the Dooms. I don't know, maybe Doom 64. Doom 64 is not bad. It just plays like shit. I'm sorry, if you're a Doom 64 fan, it just kind of does. Doom 64 is actually better on PC now. It got, like, re-released on PC a while back. Way better to play on PC. It's not as dark and weird looking. But Doom 3 is definitely the the stepchild of the group. It's not great. I mean, Doom 3 is great on its own, but like as part of the Doom franchise, it's not. It's more of a slow-paced horror game. It's not a run and gunner like the other ones. So, you know, if you've never played Doom 3, but you're familiar with Doom because of the reboot and everything, temper your expectations. But this was cool. Having like the steelbook version of it and everything with the manual, like a black and white manual. There's the disc and everything. I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm a big Doom fan. Yeah, Doom 3 might be the worst one of the bunch, but I still like it, you know, so, hey. As a Doom fan, I wanted it. And then that brings me to my last one, which, again, this is the last of the $5 games as well. It's the expansion for Doom 3. It's Resurrection of Evil. And this was actually not pictured in the listing. Because I don't think he was selling everything. Or, like, he found some more stuff or something. I'm trying to remember how it went. But basically, I was like, yeah, I want Doom 3. And then he was like, I might have the Resurrection of Evil 2. I got to find the other box. And he had a box with some other games. Nothing I was really interested in, but he did have Resurrection of Evil. And so this was one of the $5 ones he kind of threw in for me. Yeah. It's just an expansion. It kind of continues the story of Doom 3 and then ends it. It does have a little bit of a... Like, okay, so Doom 3 ends with a cliffhanger. This kind of continues it. That's what I'm trying to get out of it here. Again, it plays just like Doom 3, so if you're expecting a crazy run and gunner like the Doom reboot or the original Dooms, temper your expectations. Much slower paced. And yeah, so that's kind of it. But that's it for this video. That's the game haul that I got last week. So yeah, we'll see what happens as some of the games fall off the back here. Yeah, don't expect like the most consistent flow of video game videos. It takes a while to find some old games sometimes. I've had multiple weeks in a row where I'll go to garage sales and nobody has anything video game related, or it's like PS4, modern Xbox stuff that I'm just like, I don't need this. A lot of times when I find old games, it's very much so like online, or I get lucky like this on the Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, don't expect the most steady of video game videos from a game show here. But that's it. Yeah, pretty cool. Marvel Nemesis, I think an underrated game. Ultimate Spider-Man, haven't played it, but looking forward to it. Hulk Ultimate Destruction, love this game, fantastic. Destroy All Humans, love Destroy All Humans. Destroy All Humans 2, love that one too. I like the first one a little more. I know some people always go for this for the second game. I still like the first one more, is what it is. Black, I think a very underrated, kind of ahead of its time shooter. Scarface: The World Is Yours, a great, weird pseudo-sequel adaptation. I know, kind of weird. Counter-Strike, I don't know what to think. Like I said, I didn't know Counter-Strike was on console, so kind of weird. Dark Watch, probably the one I'm looking forward to the most. Never played it, but the idea sounds really cool. So really good there. And Doom 3 and Doom 3 The Resurrection of Evil. Again, I'm a big Doom fan, and even though I can openly say Doom 3 is not that great, I still do like them. I mean, it's Doom, and it has a good soundtrack. It does have a really good soundtrack. So it is what it is. But that's going to be it. Thank you. If you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. You do not have to if you do not want to, but as always, I appreciate anybody who does. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video.